inspiring and innovative presentation, and very unique as well. What I want to understand is that you were at the Civil Services Academy in the also. So humanitarianism or empathy is something that should be there. Civil servants mean that. So how do you think that such an effort can be put into the curriculum and the training of these officers, whereby they can follow the footsteps that you've made for them? And paid for them. Number one. Number two, is that what happened to you after that? You came back from there, and as you said that several things have been taken back. But how did the government and the foreign secretary at that time take all your initiatives?
Okay, let me take the second question. Go ahead, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually Nadia Noreen. I would just like to introduce myself. And
Yeah,
my
please.
question is, what if you are asked to lay down a pack of reforms as a role model to be implemented at different embassies? So what are the points you would like to suggest? Or why not do you float this idea at this very position that this is at least the benchmarking standards, and at least these are the things, these are the do's and don'ts to be implemented in each and every embassy. So I think that these some of the facts of reforms should be a must to be implemented.
Yes,
at
a paper on it.
Right. Thank you so much, Professor Nadia. She's from Punjab Central
University of Central Punjab.
University of Central Punjab. Thank you for that. Dr. Abdullah.
Thank you, Professor Said. I have two questions. One question is, I'm curious to know about Amna Umer. You dedicated your presentation to her, and why? And another thing is, what is the procedure to extend consular access, general procedure across the globe, especially from Pakistani consulars, Pakistani commissions, Pakistani embassies? What is the general procedures? From my learning from Malaysia, my learnings are that when anybody, especially in the context of when people are arrested in the jails, when their jail terms are completed, the authorities, the local authorities, send details of the 11 people to consulates and the commissions. And then afterwards, the documentation process starts, and then ticketing and the flying back, everything takes place. So is it the same case or something different? Because you said that you yourself went inside the prisons and then provided consular access to the needy people. If it's the case, please do let us please enlighten us. And another good thing is that being a student of cultural and anthropology, cultural studies and anthropology, this is also a good aspect for understanding the interaction between the diplomacy and diplomats and the individuals outside the country, and that there is too much written on the public good in the context of the public good is not only about the roads, communications, and the tangible material, but this is also about the intangible things like the behavior of the diplomats, the treatment of the diplomat. These things are very important for us, which we also may consider in our studies. Thank you.
Sure.
As Dr. Abdullah's questions, first of all, of course, it's public good, and absolutely true. This is the biggest public good that you can do. The roads are very good in Europe, so is the air. The Vienna Convention on Consular Relations governs uh, the laws or procedures between detainees and the consular officer. As you said, a fax is sent, but the problem here, the compounding problem here was that those people were not going to be deported. I told you the Spanish 3-year law, so they were not going to be deported. They just needed a passport to process their application, and they were in minor crimes. So the problem arose that a travel document would not serve the purpose, that one-page rubbish which they give to Pakistanis. They needed a genuine green passport to be able to take the advantages of Spanish immigration laxity. So that was complicated. Amna Umar is, like I told you, Myths about Pakistani women are wrong. So she was a mother of three whose husband was an Erasmus scholar in Denmark, and she became the officer of last resort. A consul general can't always work, can't always be there. He has to attend meetings. So he needs one staff member who can do the same role, provide the same humanitarian. So she did that, and now and the unfortunate incident that I told you about. It was the mafia that hit back, and she was the sufferer. So if a Pakistani woman has suffered and has provided humanity to Pakistanis, I'll be indebted to that person all my life. Somebody who put that dream into action. That's why I dedicated it to her. Nadia, your question about role model, about putting things there, it's very difficult to put in that open the, like Professor Saab said, if you put in open the consulate on Sunday, the bureaucratic model would say, what are the best practices in the world? Do the Indians open on Sunday? Do the Malaysians open on Sunday? Why are you suggesting this? You write a sheaf of material on it. They would say, give me one good example. Why should, and then they would say, oh, the staff would suffer. They would believe in myths, but this was almost approved. But the humanitarian ambassadors in Madrid, they supported me in everything, but they refused to open Madrid on the Sunday. It's a, so this has to be put down. I'm writing a book on it, and I have sent 2 or 3 5-page notes. Even in the bureaucracy, a note is better 2 page. Nobody has the patience to go to the third page. Unlike the American system, emails and traced emails are not yet the norm. We have jumped onto other bandwagons, but accountable emailing is not yet part of the Pakistani bureaucracy. Uh, there was a question on curriculum somewhere.
Yes, training.
Training. So I introduced, so you have the best probationer, which is the creme de la creme award in the Civil Services Academy, the gold medal. So the second highest award used to be the best male probationer in kindness, the best female probationer in kindness. And you had kindness and empathy case studies and all that. It remained in vogue for the 44th and the 45th Common Training Program, but then it was reversed. But I must concede that Mr. Umar Rasool, who's the current Director General of the Civil Services Academy, he's an eccentric. So he is implementing a model in which the civil servants go and stay with poor families
Yes.
for a month or for 2 weeks. So he's trying to do it in his own way.
Okay, there was a third question.